Hoot hoot everybody, hoot hoot! I had to go find my voice again. I'm Vilhelm Vanderbos, the noble owl of Globie Generation 2 Equinox, and welcome back to me drawing my own art challenge. Hello, hello. Can you hear the music okay? My volumes are a little messed up again. Misplaced the voice, yeah. I have to go find it again. It's like, oh right, I left it there. yeah, it's all good, all good. Okay, good. Happy to be back. How's everyone doing? How's your weekend been? Actually, I don't need to be that dark right now. We can go back to bloop. There you go. Music might be a tad loud. Okay. That's always tricky. It's always tricky balance. Somewhere like that, I think. Yeah, let's try that. Sound good, white. Thank you. Still sick. Also still playing room practice. Nice, me too. I haven't gotten that. I haven't progressed a lot, but I'm having fun with it. Better. Nice. Welcome back. We're going to continue on the drawing we've been working on. The clockwork, the wooden clock. Let me just make sure it's opened. Let's see. It's over here. It's my draw everything challenge. If you don't know what that is, I'm basing this inspired by the game Date Everything, where you date essentially objects around your house, but you have magic glasses that turn them into very attractive looking anthropomorphic characters. Gijinka, personifications. Yeah, basically humanoid looking characters. So that's what the challenge is. You grab an object around your house and you turn it into a character. Extra credit this time around if you grab the most mundane object and make it interesting. That's the challenge. Let's see. Chat is not cooperating with me a lot today, I gotta say. The extra side mirror is not really doing what it should be doing, so we are gonna have to try to make do with this. There you go. You've been chatting for a bit, but I see it's just not that many of you. So hello Ciel, hello Joe, hello Bianca, hello Natsu, hello Nani, hello Sai, hello Lori, hello Jennifer, hello Grim. I think that is it. Otherwise, you hoot hoot, and I hoot hoot back. Hello Rose, welcome. Okie dokie. Let me see. Let me grab the get the picture in here. We can continue. I'm realizing that I've been kind of just I'll just draw this picture, you know, on the weekends and stuff. But I need to lock in today. I need to really lock in to get some progress done because you know, if I'm only going to be working on this picture once per week, there's not a lot of opportunities left to work on it. Remind me what HTTYD brain is again. I'm a little like. Does anyone else have a weather sensitive head? Whenever humidity and barometric pressure is kind of low, it's just kind of slows things down a little bit. I'm having a little bit of that right now. How to Train Dragon, nice to. Yeah, I did see the live action movie. It's really nice. Really like it. At least I felt like first I was kind of like, oh, the liberties they took here and there, but because I really liked the first movie. It's lovely. But they made it work. I liked it. I really liked it. You prepared so much for Spanish, you started thinking in Spanish. Again, headaches when weather fluctuates much. Yeah, exactly. Weather's been kind of slowly fluctuating, so I'm kind of also being kind of pulled along its whims a little bit. But that's fine. We've already got the sketch down, so we're just gonna draw a little bit. Let me make sure that everything else is like, everything looks fine. For some reason, it's been so gray and rainy all day, but now a little bit of sun peeks in right onto my screen. Okay, my mirror, hold on. Sorry, sun, you stayed away all day, you're not welcome anymore. Should do it. It doesn't close everything up. I was feeling like I felt it's not been dark enough to turn on lights and stuff, but like by my desk, it's quite dark. So I still turned on some of my lights, and my lights are very like yellow, warm. I have like a really bright white one too for when working, but when just streaming, I usually have it like I just turn on the warm lights. And it felt really nice actually to kind of break that kind of very cold white light shining all day pretty much. Because you don't like, I notice myself when out and about and it's not raining and stuff, that it's just kind of like I'm almost wishing I had sunglasses on, even though it's not particularly sunny, you know, it's just really bright. Completely legit, honestly. I found a couple new songs by Peritoon that I thought we would have a little listen to because they sounded really nice. So let me just unpack them. Yeah, I'm like a person that will use sunglasses in winter, you know, when it's been snowing and stuff, because just honestly the snow is just so bright. Can get really bright. I don't think they loop that well, so we're just gonna throw it in with the other songs we've got here. All good. Okay. These ones can also go into the same playlist. Thank you. Yush. Okay. Let's get drawing then. Oh, Hoothoot, hello Jennifer. I was like, I said hello to a Jennifer, but there's another Jennifer. Art scene. Yush, okay. This is where we left off. There's some things we need to adjust here, so let's get some music going. Let me try this one. Might be a little loud. You guys let me know if it needs to go down a little bit more. Snow blindness is a thing. Ooh. Yeah, I mean, it makes sense. Reflective surface. There are two, Jennifer, and one is lurking. So just kind of, if you're just following the same motion, if you're following each other's motion, then like, you can't really tell if there are two. And then suddenly you just kind of like, you know, split. Thanks so much for the lurk, I really appreciate it. Shadow clone. Is it loud? I think it might be a little loud. But more importantly, isn't it just beautiful? Yes, shoe. Okay, so my weekend, I've been having some draggable magic mirror issues. I thought I lost a lot of my files, my data, and then despite after being all like, okay, bracing for this because it's telling me Mirrors 11 is telling me I can't log in. So I guess I'm just gonna have to restore my draggable magic mirror and just have to restart everything, like restore everything, get everything back in so I can get some work done. I restarted once after having seen the login be completely wiped and look like base mirrors 11, right? And it just works. It's like it never happened. And I'm kind of like, did it happen? Or was it just a freaking Fata Morgana of the rainy day? Was it just the banshees playing tricks on me? Oh, actually, in Sweden, there's always the whole saying of Fata Morgana is a mirage in the desert. Yeah, so speaking of hallucinations, right? In Sweden, there was always a saying that when it rains and there is sunshine is the time where the creatures of like mythological creatures are the most active, like the Vitras and everything, the kind of banshees, ghosts of the forest and stuff. That's almost like the twilight where you can see them and also not. Wait, you're Swedish? I am, yes. I live in the Netherlands, so I'm Swedish, Span-English. So Vitterväder is essentially what they call it. I always say banshee. I always call it banshee weather when it's like raining and there's sunlight, because there's such a weird in between, essentially magical moment. I think it's kind of a pagan thing, since a lot of Nordic holidays and Viking beliefs and stuff are based off of pagan, or I guess they're just called pagan because they're not originally Christian holidays or beliefs, I suppose. So yeah, banshee weather. It'd be banshee weather. Arrgh. So yeah, here we go. Minutia is it's time. I understood that pun and I do not appreciate it. Yes, I know you wouldn't. You definitely would not. Okay. So we gotta get some detail in here, otherwise it's gonna take a while before we do anything. So let's see. Let me hide the skirt. Where are the lines? I should probably put this in a group. Honestly, click. So whoop up. There we go. Da-da-da-da-da. Nice. Okay, yeah, we're just gonna start getting some continue the rendering, I suppose. Gonna make sure that everything is kind of merged in. These buttons kind of need to be on their own layer for now until we decide what to do with them. Click. Here, either the fox marrying or the witch is marrying, so rain and sun would be a good day since the creatures are busy elsewhere. Ah. Yeah, it's kind of otherworldly. The whole like when the two elements that kind of usually don't hang out decide to just be like, yeah, no, we're doing this today. So what was this? Okay, just the glasses. Click. Also, like it is also like when rain when it pours, like it goes really hard, like heavy rain. Yeah. Jason. Okay, but seriously though, where is that arm? It's already there? Okay, but where's the hand then? There it is, gotcha. Skirt details, there we go, and we got, these can also be merged in, it's fine. Just got a typical German summer. Oh yeah, hello Timarinara. That's just typical weather, yeah. I mean, surely Sweden has that kind of stuff too, but it's just something, I really like the There was a book I remember where like they used that term, and when they were needed to kind of hunt a specific ghost, that's when they did it. But because of the reflections of everything, the spirits, that the ghosts can move around freely as well. All right, well, let's get some. Let's just kind of. Hello, Nani. I did say hello, Nani. Hoot hoot. You too. Thank you so much for a full year. 12 meses. Increíble. Muchas gracias, te lo agradezco tremendísimo. Okay, let's get some. I'm just gonna bring out I'm just gonna bring out the what am I trying to say? The airbrush. There you go. Thank you, brain. Gotta overclock myself a little bit. Golden feather. Yeah, we match. The golden feather. Yeah, thank you very much for a whole year of support. Now I guess it's gonna be another whole year until we get the rainbow one. It's amazing, honestly. You guys have been around for essentially most of the whole time I've been active, essentially. Hi, Joanne. Yeah, I already have a lot of blurred stuff happening on the face. Okay, so I wanted to talk a little bit to you guys about what the plans that are coming up this week, then next week, I mean. I'm gonna try a little something out to see how it feels. So tomorrow, obviously, date everything. Vilhelm will just not shut up about the game. He really wants to get on that route of Shadow Lord for what was it, 420. So we're definitely gonna continue that one. Also more of the TV character, because we still need to find Davy the inanimal, right? So we're gonna get on that. Those we got those. A little bit more acting, maybe. I really like the routes that we're on. Shadow Lord 420, I think. Yeah. Yes. So I got but that's definitely the XX special one for sure. Classic. Okay, let's see what else is going on. We also got on Wednesday is a little bit of it's not a premiere because we have done this before already, but I'm gonna be calling it Bill's Study, and I'm gonna be studying art. So it's less about me making it a show and more so about trying to break down art fundamentals. And we're gonna start off pretty light and easy with the classic how to draw an anime face. So we're gonna be using a bit of combination of techniques that I've kind of like found and and I really want to practice it so that it kind of becomes my go-to, and it's not very much like depending on what reference and depending on what I'm using. So that's what we're gonna do. It's heavily based off of the Loomis method. At the base of it all, it is the Loomis method. Andrew Loomis had a specific kind of semi-realistic approach to how to draw a face, and it works really well for anime as well, depending on how you use it. There are different things. There are different methods to it all, and we're just gonna explore it as well. I want to do how to draw like femme representing and masculine representing characters, but we're gonna start it off since it's kind of a new thing and I'm just kind of feeling my way around the whole thing. We're gonna go something that at least I'm a little bit more familiar with, so we're gonna do like a femme representing character. But for anyone that is into the thing right now, into the horse game, we will also apply it to some of the characters from Uma Musume, so we can kind of see how they are drawn out of the same perspective. So it's a combination of the Loomis method with some additional other things that I've added to it. So we'll call it the Plumis method. But yeah, that's we'll look into that together. So it's going to be less of a chatty stream, more of a straight up I'm studying art, and you guys can be can come along to also make some notes of it all, right? Because I do want to do more tutorial streams. I wanna like become better, faster in art, and I realize instead of just hurrying ahead, the best way to do that is going backwards. Going back to fundamentals, because as long as the fundamentals are strong, I save a lot of time in correcting the things. Hiri sensei. Yeah, so that's gonna be Wednesday, art stream. I'm gonna try that out. Yeah, we're gonna try some basic angles, and then we're gonna expand on it as well. So we can try additional other angles as well, lower and upper, but we're gonna be using some rotated 3D models. We're going to use a specific one as well, a couple of from Sketchfab we can study from as well. And I'm going to be essentially with you guys there as well. I want to do my best for you guys always. So I'm going to be hopefully improving on my stuff, because I'm quite comfortable in the slight chaos that is my art method, but I think I could make my art streams more interesting if I have a stronger sense of fundamentals. So drop on by and study with me. It's a kind of a study with me kind of a stream idea, you know. Then on Thursday, I had some plans for Thursday, but they kind of fell through. So for now, we're gonna do a hand cam, and we're gonna just solve a puzzle. I'm a bit too much of a perfectionist to just kind of want to tackle crocheting. I want to give it a shot first so that I kind of know what to expect and not be kind of fumbling around on stream. So crocheting is gonna happen. Like all the goals are gonna happen. I'm just juggling some stuff. So I'm sorry to keep you all waiting, but they will definitely happen. But for now, we're gonna be solving or attempting to solve the Sherlock's camera. We're gonna be attempting Sherlock's camera, which I got from Throne. I believe Flo Torta gave it to me, and it's about the same size as the Camelot puzzle. So we're gonna go for that one too. As a hand cam stream, that was fun, right? I used to be able to make a chain in for crocheting as well, but there's some I got a list from Lida of what techniques are good to learn, you know, kind of like stitching and all the different things that you kind of come across when doing some patterns. And then after that, once I'm kind of familiarized with it, I will just we're gonna go into making something basic, something fun. So we'll do that. That's gonna be on Thursday. We'll do the we will do the Sherlock's puzzle. And on Friday is going to be a special member stream, because I asked. Actually, okay, we're gonna paint it really fun now. Okay, I just went up and challenged the coin artists to Fast Penguin, so we're gonna do a double member stream with Dango. So it's gonna be 2 member groups, 2 members, two different kinds of you know, 2 member communities, 1 game. Which side are you gonna pick? No, but Dango and I are gonna host a member stream at the same time, and we're gonna play Fast Penguin. That's the plan. It's gonna be on my usual member stream spot, so you can look forward to that. Get your switches charged and your penguins fast. Hello, Neko. Yesu, and then of course in the weekend it's just gonna be another. It's gonna be another of this. It's gonna be more minutia. So Mary can beat you and Dango. Mm-hmm. I'm not amazing, but I've been playing. And challenge each of the Equinox fandoms. Yeah, I did actually bring up Fall Guys as a double members stream to Kohaku a while back, but we never did anything with it. So I think like he was busy on the day, and then we didn't get back to it. Oh, Etienne, really? Oh, Etienne. Okay, I thought I missed Etienne coming into stream, but yeah, Etienne on Fast Penguin. Dango's really sweet, and also like, oh yeah, we can like you know, be like we're playing with everybody, and I'm like, huh, just draw a line in the sand. Dance off, baby. Nah, don't worry, that was on me, not Natsu, don't worry. So Yesu, that's how next week is looking. Any updates to that? We will I'll give you, of course, if there's anything. The waiting rooms are waiting to go up, but I'm gonna put the schedule out. I'm looking forward to doing the study streams. Looking forward to doing the study streams. I would have liked to poke at sorry, let me just drink a little bit, a little tea. I would have liked to bring gosh, I'm slow. Sorry. Lane, attempt to kind of ask Lane if she's available again. Lane being the voice of Minutia, but Lane wasn't feeling that well. So how about we just send a screenshot? How about you guys give me a little like get well soon, Lane. I hope you're feeling well, Lane. You know, some well wishes to Lane, and we can I can just screenshot. Will you help me out? Okay, you guys, give me some hoot hoots in chat and get well soon. Yeah, there you go. Little hoot hoots and everything. It's just fine. I'll just send a screenshot. Yay. That's so adorable. She's gonna be so happy. I think that's a good one. Let me just screenshot Okay. Thank you, everybody. Was this it? Let's see, where is it? There it is, I got it. Nope. Okay. Okay, back to art then. Woo. Let's see. Okay, thank you very much, everybody. No, what am I doing? Clicking it wrong. There we go. Okay, the songs are pretty cute, actually. I like them. Let's go back to these now. Hey, Joanne. Warm up, warm up. Yeah, I know that. I know that feel. Usually, I'm doing somewhat alright with like having my body heating up, but once I get cold, once it really gets like, sometimes it just feel like my bones are ice, you know. I got the question before, wait, you're Swedish? And then nothing else after that. I always wonder what that sparks, because I get that a lot. Like, wait, you're Swedish? I never knew. And then nothing comes out of it. Kind of expect people to start speaking Swedish or something. Or just, oh, wait, you're Swedish? It's like, or is it more like, wait, you're Swedish? Oh, unsubscribe? Yeah, when you're cold and all the blankets in the world will not get you warm. No, because you're freezing from the inside out. But yeah, it's gonna be interesting too. I've been practicing the Loomis method a bit, but again, I'm too split between a bunch of different things. So I figured, like, if I make it like a stream thing, then, you know, we can do it together. I think people are not used to European VTubers. Yeah, exactly. But European, Scandinavian VTubers just pop up everywhere. Could also just be the English, I suppose. I know it's not the cleanest English. I've got like a little accent going on and everything, but it tends to surprise people. Just don't ask me to get the difference of these pronunciations, because I will mess them up. J versus Y and CH versus SH. That's a tell. Honestly, yeah, better English than I do sometimes. That's the whole, like, English as a second or third language kind of thing, right? I'm crying. Oh, how dare you make me cry my own tears? You can cry my tears if you want. I can lend you my tears if you want. English, yeah, but like, I just mean to say that English, when you speak it, you might also do so more casually, and skip on the rules a little bit and pronunciations and stuff like that, like I would on Swedish, and after all, so. For me, it's all this random. Yeah, I know that one. I know that one. I know the. I've heard. I have some friends like around Europe. You hear some when they pronounce certain things. So you can tell when it's pronounced in a foreign tongue, so to say. You know, like people will say oil instead of oil, because oil sounds like oil. Hope you're doing alright, Lane. Oh, it's actually messages. I missed messages. Ah, crying. Okay, yeah. I got a gift sent with a lot of tears. Our feelings, they reached Lane. It's gonna be one of those cases with like in epic video game and anime moments, right? When we're all like, no, we need to support them, and then everyone's just like, you can't do it. Like, I always liked you, I always did your stuff, I love what you do. They give you all kinds of like supportive messages, right? And then usually feel like boosted and they can actually beat the opponent, but in this case, Lane just kind of started crying and they had to time out the battle. Bless. Omae wa mo. Omae wa mo waratteiru. No, warat is laughing. Nemu is sleeping. Naze nakuteiru, like you're crying. You're already crying. Naiteiru. Naiteiru. Naze naiteiru yo. Yeah, that's the one. Yeah, you're already crying. Nani? Echo, thank you. Welcome in. Sorry, I'm being silly. This is headcanon now, right? Regardless of what Lane looks like, this is what Lane looks like now. Headcanon. Thank you, Joy. To be fair, it's actually not too far off. Honestly, I can see that. It's one of those cases where like, wow, your voice really suits you, huh? Do you have a moment now, Elaine, for like a call, or how are you feeling? Your chance to completely just impress the Plumies. You can call. Okay, okay. Would you guys like that? Would you guys like to have a little chat with Lane? Okay, okay. Okay, you give me a mo. I'll get it set up. Whoosh. Excellent. Okay. And ring ring. I need to get the audio source in though. You had rights. Okay, let's see. Say something. Is the volume okay, or is Lane loud?
I know my microphone likes to be a little wonky where it decides I have rights and then I don't have rights because Discord is just...
Are those the rights? The microphone rights?
Yeah, Discord likes to decide I'm either really quiet or really loud. It never wants to be like anything in between. And I'm just like, lovely.
Maybe I should bring in a Fugi as well. Do we have a Fugi around? Fugi. There you go. Little Fugi.
Should be a small little doll.
Just straight up just look like the character I'm drawing, just in an
exactly.
That's very true. Is she a voice actor? Her mic quality is so good. She, just a hobbyist.
I don't know. I'm not really sure what voice acting is, but I hope it answers your question.
There you go. Lane's son and little sister just came in and answered your question for you. Okay, you get to be there. You get to actually be see. There you go. Little doll next to
We'll read the storybook and get everyone set up.
Yeah.
How are you, Vil?
I'm doing well, thank you. It's been pretty rainy. It's been very warm. It's been rainy. I don't know. I'm being taken for a spin. I have this. I was saying I have this kind of weather-sensitive head that kind of just my
pressure.
Yeah, like all of the hairs that stick out are just kind of like antennas for my head. So just kind of like beep beep beep. Okay, there's gonna be a little bit of wind, and beep beep beep. There's gonna be some rain, and there's been a little bit of what in Sweden we'd call like banshee weather, where there's a bit of like sunshine with rain, with heavy rain and stuff.
I've never heard it called banshee weather, but I kind of love that.
It's because it's so otherworldly. They believe that all these kind of forest mythological creatures are the most active during those days. Because
that makes sense. Like thinking about it, like that makes total sense. I just don't know how I'd never heard that before.
I think it's something to do with how it kind of impairs your vision, and then that's when kind of you're the easiest to kind of get like, I guess the Fae can kidnap you and stuff like that.
Yoinked. Yeah.
Yeah, yoinked.
The Fae do like to be little tricky creatures.
They are a little bit like that, yeah. Nice to have you on, Lane.
I'm glad I can be here. The message from you and all the Plumies actually like got me crying real hard, so I appreciate it. I'm very emotional.
I get that. I was thinking it. I wasn't about to say it, but I think I'll say it now anyway. Like that's it's not a big feat, I guess.
No, absolutely not. It takes nothing to make me cry.
Genuine kindness. It's
any good things make me cry, bad things make me cry, sad things make me cry, scary things make me cry.
You're just crying all the time.
I do.
But yes, Lane is a pro voice actor, so it's an honor to have you voice Minutia here. Minutia.
When you sent me that design the first time, going, hey, and I immediately was like, I'm on it. I got you. This design script, like, so you caught me while I was in the middle of working on some like cosplay stuff, just to kind of get my mind off of everything.
Yeah.
And I actually have a wig not too far off from what you have for her.
That's amazing. I mean, I know I've seen it in my I don't know, my premonition glass. Something.
It's true. Athena, I don't need assistance.
That's so fun. It must be such a cool. Lane's a cosplayer. Yes. Minutia cosplay, ayo.
If any of y'all were at Offkai, you probably saw me and didn't realize it.
I don't know if anyone from my they're mostly European viewers. Not everyone. So got some Americans here too, and there were some European people at Offkai as well. But I don't think they've made the long trip.
Honestly, can't blame them. The idea of a flight that extensive, that just hurts to think about.
That
hurts
mean,
so much.
I've been to Japan multiple times. It's like a 9+ hour flight. So
Yeah, I'm gonna humor myself. What would be the flight if I flew to Switzerland right now? I'm gonna humor myself here.
Okay. That's pretty central actually. So that's a good one.
All right, let me think.
Offkai's miles away. Yeah, you could say that. Couple of swim lengths, couple of swim miles, naval miles.
Looking like, on average, I'd be spending about 13 to 15 hours in the air.
Yeah, that's about right.
I hate, wait, what is my location to Japan? I don't know. Ah!
Huh?
I'm looking at like 18 to 24.
Oh, yeah. That way it would be that way, yeah.
Oh, I hate that. Oh, I hate. Ow.
It's at least like a good little like reassurance, I guess, that the flights tend to be more like actual, more comforting and spacious for that.
Yeah.
But still, yeah.
That's
more kind of like unless you're like the kind of nervous person to fly,
I'm not nervous to fly, but one of my medical conditions makes flying not fun.
Oh. Your tail feathers are impaired so that you kind of start spinning. You're not a bird though.
I think I would rather do that.
Oh, dang. Oh, okay, I get you. But yeah, that would be a thing then for sure. I've usually like it's like the flights when I've been to Japan, I've been quite comfortable, so I've usually time it into kind of like falling asleep and sleeping most of the time. It's just kind of fine too. But yeah, Japan is a horrible flight distance from the States, yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah,
I'm trying to think, what is my longest flight so far? And I think the longest at max is like 5 hours. I've never left the country. So I've been fairly lucky in that regard.
Country.
Yeah. I mean, especially my specific state, which is public. But my specific state, I can drive for 8 to 12 hours and still be in my state.
Yeah, I mean, if you drive from where I'm living, the Netherlands, if you drive like 2 hours in any direction, 2.5 hours, even if it's from coast to coast, you're already like out of the country. It's so small.
That sounds so interesting to me.
It's lovely though, because it is a small country, but like arguably quite densely populated. But because it's still a small country on the on the map, so to say, the culture kind of matches it. I always liked it. One of the reasons why I wanted to move here as well is because it's one of the mostly like by population is so densely populated in Europe, but you get this kind of small town feel everywhere.
See, that's one of the things that has me so interested to like go around all of the different like European countries. One, because I know it would be much easier on my stomach than America. Two, because just the way that the culture is so drastically different compared to what I'm used to would be really warm and inviting. Like I can make the joke right now. I'm here in the South, and everyone's got that Southern hospitality you hear about in the movies,
yo.
and it's definitely not real unless you are down south in the boonies.
The Southern hospitality, quote unquote, yeah.
Southern hospitality is
A wee bit spicy.
depends on where you're from and who you are. Southern hospitality is a joke.
Right. But would you say that would more to the south than it is in the general what is seen as south, or?
I think it depends. Like, if you're more city southern,
yeah,
it's I've seen way more city southern than like city southern like hospitality actually being good than I have like actual good old home country southern being as like hospitable. But
okay.
I think being in Texas has a very interesting branch of it because the state is so massive and has so many different cultures mingling.
Sure.
It's hard to figure out what's coming from actually living in the South as compared to the rest of like the southern region.
I've had some friends and acquaintances from Houston, and you kind of don't really, unless you know, you can't really place, because it's not really that thick of an accent or anything like that.
Oh, absolutely not. Absolutely not. Houston's also, I believe, the largest city in Texas, if I recall.
Yeah, it does feel that way.
And has one of the largest densities and populaces of like varied cultures and races. So it's very easy to see the way that like any sort of communication can't really be distinguished. Like when you hear and speak with someone from Dallas, Austin, and Houston, there is a very distinct twang to their voice. If you're from Austin, that's you've got the thicker accent, oddly enough.
Right.
But then you get to Houston, and depending on what part of Houston you're in, it's very you look at it and you're like, all right, if you're from like northwest Houston, you've probably got a more twangy southern, almost Georgian accent.
Twangy.
Then if you go closer towards the water in the Galveston, Pasadena area, it's usually going to be a bit more muted, if not slightly leaning more towards like a Cajun Creole twang, since it's on the water not far from Louisiana.
Yeah. Okay.
But if you go more northeast towards like Beaumont, you get like the thick southern accents.
Yeah, I'm essentially like the English that I know is because of American cartoons and stuff like that, right? Mainly before I got into the as an outlet, the school system, where because they teach essentially British English in the schools, right? But by that point, video games and the cartoons already kind of had me trained with the more casual, kind of more Americanized English. So I never really got your usual Swedish. Can't really make up their mind what accent to use when using English unless you practice it on a daily basis, you know.
Wait, do you spell with the U's?
No.
If I sell.
Oh, you mean like no?
color.
I'm usually mostly like leaning to American spelling on most things.
No, I use British English spelling.
It kind of depends though, because like I do, because I there's a lot of like UK based things, and globie is a UK, like essentially European based company and stuff like that. So it just kind of depends who I'm talking to, I suppose.
That makes sense.
Because I more so use the Z's, the Z's, so to say, to instead of the S's. That feels just kind of that one feels a bit.
That makes a lot of sense
weird.
though.
The U I can it depends here and there, honestly.
From a young creation of being a doll, I've kind of always used the U with the way that I was taught.
Yeah.
And so the number of times I would get dinged on essays and otherwise when I spell color, specifically COLOUR,
Oh, dang.
And they're like, that's incorrect. I'm like, no, it is still correct. It's just not your version of the correct.
Yeah, exactly. It's still English.
Exactly.
Goodness. I'm sorry, retroactively.
Oh, America. You are a strange, strange little place.
Little
You're not
place.
little. Yeah. Oh, America.
Hello, Lucy. Welcome, welcome. I have a guest on right now. It's Lane. Maybe you should introduce yourself, Lane. We're just kind of let's just bring Lane in. Who's Lane? I don't know. Just right there.
Kind of apparated in out of nowhere.
It's a little dull right
everybody.
here. Go on.
Hi, everybody. My name's Lane Blanc. I'm a Baldwin adult VTuber. I specialize in voice work, whether it be voiceover or singing. I am also a cosplayer and actively do content where I create cosplays of whether it be myself, some of your favorite video game and anime characters, and I'm looking to start a fun little thing called Becoming Your Oshi, where I start cosplaying people's Oshis.
Oh. Who's your Oshi, Bloomies?
There's only one right answer, and I'm watching you very, very carefully.
They go like, after you, Lane? Oh wow. Yeah, I owe a lot of my I would just say like my voice acting confidence to Lane, Ploomy. So if you like anything that I've done or kind of improved on in terms of my voice packs and stuff like that, then it kind of indirectly goes from inspiration from like creators like Lane, honestly. It's
don't make me cry again.
just it's just one of those, you're just one of those dolls that has like a crying thing inputs by holding a certain angle, right?
Oh, I considering the amount of crying emotes I have, that wouldn't be far off. Hang on, how many? I'm gonna count them. How many crying emotes do I have?
We have one.
Really
it's a very dramatic. It's a very dramatic crying. We have.
All right, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 or 6 different crying emotes.
We actually have had two Bill cosplays from the community.
I've seen them.
Natsu was the first one, and then Miri. Like, funny enough, they ended up being my mods, right? But they've each done a cosplay.
See, but that's the best kind of support when you have the people in your community that love and adore you and support you so much to the point that I don't want to say work for you because that sounds bad, even though your mods, they are technically by definition working for you in some way.
Yeah.
But the fact that they care and support so much to go past that and be like, let me support you by like bringing this to life is such a heartwarming feeling.
It is. I already tell people that I'll always appreciate just people being around, because to me, like, time is our most valuable currency, right? We can't buy it back, and they just spend it with me.
See, it's funny that you say that because and I've told Vil this many times, Blueberries. The amount of times, because of time zones, I miss a lot of the streams, but when I don't, and I just have you in the background while I'm listening and working because your voice is so comfortable.
Oh, I thank you.
It's a common occurrence, and I've told you this before, which makes me laugh because you coming and saying that like I'm an inspiration for your voice work, and I remember when what was it? You sent me a cover that you were working on. And I think I keyboard smashed a few times going, what do you mean you can sing like that? You didn't tell me. I very, very, very much remember that day, and I lost my mind. I was like, Vil. So duet when?
Yeah, that's it though. Like I've gone from, well, I'm not allowed to say I can't sing anymore. Especially I sang the right solo cover for this because now they can just quote it and go la la liar at me. But the truth is, like, I do struggle a lot with the singing, but at least they're like, yeah, okay, struggle is fine, but you can't say you can't sing.
Exactly. Like everybody can sing, not everyone can sing well. A lot of it's about the delivery, the intonation, and the love that you put into the recording.
Mm-hmm. And the general practice, how much you like it, the singing a lot, because like a lot of the good singers of globie, so to say, the strong singers of globie, I should say, if you are in voice chat with them, they will just be singing. Like when they're not answering anything anyone is saying, they're just singing to themselves, you know, that kind of stuff. Really inspirational. Really.
Exactly. If you don't constantly practice, then like it's one of those things that a lot of people will say. We can equate it in a similar way as like art and drawing. Oh, you're so talented. You think I didn't work for this?
Yeah. No. You can learn all of this stuff. You can learn. You gotta
have like a
put the
natural
time
predisposition and talent for it, but you still have to work and hone the talent and like improve constantly. Like even if you are naturally gifted to have that blessing, the people who don't understand the work that goes into it on the back end, I'm just like, hey, can you walk into this like backslap for a second? Because
can you walk into this backslap?
Yeah, like I got a book right here or a ruler with your name on it. Sit down, you're gonna get schooled real quick.
I just figured like I just kind of I'm just kind of feeling like you just hold it out. Can you just walk into this book a couple of times?
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's fine.
You're just swaying the book back and forth, so they walk right into it and get slapped a couple times, left over.
Oh my goodness!
I was like, come on, it's not. You just be quiet, enhance the calm, consolidate thine fecal matter, and pay attention.
I like that.
Hey, it is a very polite way of saying, get your ish together.
Yeah, exactly. Your ish?
I don't want to curse on your channel.
It's okay. It's okay. We got I don't think we have an alternative word for that. So yeah, it's all right. It's all right.
It's just another way of saying get your shit together.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I'll accept that one for now.
Exactly.
I like that one.
That's the one. Explaining
That's the one. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. Thank you.
I apologize if you hear meowing in the background because one of my lovely little creatures has decided she needs to sit here and tell me the song of her people.
Hello, meow meow.
Can I help you, ma'am? No? Okay.
Lane, do you put stuff up on YouTube, right? But you are on you stream on Twitch, no? Or do you do?
I do primarily stream on Twitch. Once I get past this next surgery and recovery, I do plan on trying to set up dual streaming. I want to try and stream more on YouTube.
Yeah,
and I have two different YouTubes. I've got my typical channel, where you see my song covers. It's got a couple of like playlists where you can see other productions that I've been involved in, whether it be voiceover or singing. And then I have a VOD channel that's a little bit backed up. The person in charge of it has had a lot of things occurring as of late, and I want her to prioritize her health always.
Yeah, of course.
But I have a lot of plans. Unfortunately, things have been pushed back because of my health, which not exactly something I'm happy with. But
of course, you focus on that first.
But I'm excited to do more, and once this next recovery bit is out of the way, I will hopefully be able to get some more things out. The biggest thing right now is that I've been working on a piano instrumental cover album. So the entire album are all songs that mean a lot to me, but they're all piano instrumental.
So, that you're playing, or are you singing?
No, I'm singing on it vocally because I do not have a keyboard
to
play the piano. But it'll be really nice. There's a lullaby in there because a lot of people have requested a lullaby from me. There's some more nerdy things in there. There's some. You got some there's Honkai Star Rail in there because I have a problem. There's Bleach because I love Bleach. My age is showing.
I gotcha. Yeah, that's cool though. That's awesome.
But it'll be a fun project. I actually cannot wait. So you showing me Manusha's design makes me giggle because of my 2.0 design.
What? Really?
It's not one for one in any capacity, but a lot of like the design
just the
elements that you've
vibes or
got
something,
into it,
right?
the vibes
Yeah.
are absolutely on. Like,
Well, the thing was like, I think I told you, but the whole idea, everyone's like, I don't know why, but why this lane sounds so familiar.
it's highly possible you have heard me under another name in some of your favorite productions. I will not say anything other than that.
Yeah, I don't know this one. This lane is a what would be like a good like funny silly name for someone that voice acts, like a voice mancer, or like a I always like to think of little like fantasy terms for everything. You know, every person I meet is another animal. So
I'm trying to think, what would be a good one? Like Audiomancer?
yeah, that's the one. That's a good one. Audiomancer. Okay, that's actually rings pretty good.
I was like, there's gotta be. You know what? I'm gonna Google because now I'm feeling like there is a term
So
for
the
this.
the whole initially, like I think I already told you why I asked you if you could like, oh, I got this character for you to voice, is because someone was saying when we're talking about like kind of visualizing your character and sketching it out and stuff like that, and kind of really ultimately chiseling away at your ideas until you get that character that you kind of want to illustrate, right? And someone said like it was it's also really fun to picture who your ideal voice actor would be, or the voice of the character as well, because it also obviously like voice and attitude carries a lot of personality as well. So I was just kind of like, I didn't think about it at first. I was just kind of drawing the character, and then when I did the face, when I drew out the face, it was just like, yeah, okay, I can hear the voice now.
It's like looking at her, I hear of like a more prim, stern, like not quite librarian, but also librarian vibe. Like she's got that teacher vibe to her. Of the, I hope you understand that there's plenty of things still going on here, but you need to turn in your book at the end of the day.
Exactly. See,
It's
Lane
very
gets
firm, very maternal, but warm. Almost, she balance, like looking at her, she bounces back and forth between, she's got like that warm motherly vibe, but also the cold, I'm gonna scold you and you're gonna feel bad about it at the end, and then you get a head pat because you've gotten through the scolding.
Yeah, and it's also not the kind of loud, very like abusive is the wrong way to say it, but it's not really very deliberately like hurtful scolding, but it's just the kind of one you kind of I'm so disappointed in you kind of scolding. Yeah.
A very firm, very like, what's the word I'm looking for here?
Effective.
Effective is a very effective word here, but very firm, very precise, and very methodical.
Yeah, that's a
like
good one.
very
That's a
very
good one.
precise with like the delivery, very precise with the communication.
I'm trying to remember what we kind of fleshed out a little bit more of the personality of Minutia last stream, but sadly I don't remember a lot of the things we said. I need to go back and check myself, because it was kind of be like because of the gap, right? A different kind of the whole thing. Does anyone remember in chat what we said about Minutia? That was kind of be like give it a bit of a gap, make her a little bit adorable in her own way. Let me just drink some tea.
Absolutely need a gap moe. Okay, what kind of tea?
Caramelized pear.
Oh, that sounds really good.
It's pretty good.
I've been sipping on a nice rose hip.
Ooh,
Keep my vitamin C levels up.
Yeah, good.
Friendly reminder, if y'all ever have need some extra vitamin C and you don't want to drink orange juice or other things like that are really acidic and bad for your teeth, rosehip. Anything with rosehip in it is really good for vitamin C.
Yeah. Rosehip is good.
I like how the two tea nerds.
There's in Sweden they make the kind of rosehip soup that you can buy essentially
What?
normally. Yeah, it's kind of like it's really thick. It's a very it's it's a very Scandinavian cold weather kind of thing. You warm it up essentially, and it's got this kind of, I guess the only other thing I could compare it to is like tomato soup, but it has this kind of sweetness and the rose hip to it.
My jaw just physically dropped. I am now Googling, and I am so okay. I might have to try.
Kind
to
of
make
just
this.
look like Asian sweet and sour sauce essentially. It's
It
kind of
kind-
funny how
yeah,
it kind of
it
looks
does.
like it, but it just tastes really sweet, and it's really nice with a scoop of like ice cream or something as well. This is really
Yeah,
nice.
I'm seeing a lot of people saying with like macarons, and some people have
Yeah,
like
yeah, yeah.
cream with it. That sounds amazing.
Have either of you had rooibos? Yeah, I do. I
love
I have
rooibos.
some of that as well. I think I have some vanilla rooibos.
I have I know I have a vanilla rooibos, and I think I have a like spiced caramel one, which confused me when I
Spiced
bought it
caramel?
because I was interested. Yeah. Like I have
Wow.
one literally in my hand. It's a chocolate chai.
Oh.
But
Nice.
I am a sucker for chai. The spicier the better, and it makes me very happy. Like this one is, let's see. It's got the tea, it's got cinnamon, cardamom, ginger, cloves.
There you go.
Like the spicier the better. It always makes me happy. I like making royal
Yeah, I
milk
like 'em
tea
too,
with
yeah.
chai.
I will accept star anise in chai, but other than that, I have an ongoing channel lore thing against star anise.
Oh.
Yeah, because I usually do like when I make chais, I usually make the milk chais, so to say.
Yeah.
But when it comes to tea of a certain brand that tends to kind of pride itself in being like a fancier store-bought brand, they somehow always put star anise in tea everywhere. Licorice tea is always so. So even if you have like a chamomile tea or something, you know, nice and very soft flavor, like herbal flavor, right? But then you get it from that one brand, and then it somehow is just like it's so strong, you know, like star anise is such a strong flavor.
Yeah.
So it just takes over everything, and I'm just kind of like, not again. So I just kind of made it a personal thing.
That makes sense. Star anise is. What's the best way to explain? So I like licorice. I really like.
I love licorice. Not in my tea though.
But
Everywhere else.
Yeah, it's super overpowering. Like I'm sitting
Yeah.
here thinking about it. I'm like, is there a tea that I like that has anise in it that doesn't make me cringe a little? And I think the answer has just been assorted like varieties of chai. But
Yeah.
usually if it's too much in the blend, it's so sickeningly pungent.
Yeah, there is a nice drink here that I believe Joy in chat introduced me, because we did another design challenge, right? Because this one is the just draw something from your house into a
Because you did
character.
the Earl and Madame Grey, right?
Yeah, exactly. But Joy did the like a star anise and milk.
Ooh.
So that's kind of very creamy, soft, sweet kind of I think it was the same kind of deal. It's like on a cold day kind of a drink. It really warms you up,
Yeah.
and it's very flavor, like has a lot of flavor. So I'm just kind of like, oh, might want to try that out. It just sounds really nice.
Well, now I'm interested.
Yeah.
Had a choco chai as well today. Oh, that sounds. I might actually make some more of this after my rose hip.
Mm-hmm.
I have to be careful though. So certain black teas, depending on what's in them and how much you ingest, mess with your blood flow. And
Yeah.
because I have upcoming surgery, I cannot risk my blood being thinned at any capacity.
Mhm.
So I have not being able to drink a lot of tea has been really heartbreaking.
Yeah.
I'm just like,
I get that.
But tea. is
Hello,
delicious.
Moonshido. Welcome. It is delicious.
Welcome
I
in,
do
Moonshido.
agree.
I feel like I should like welcome them in when you welcome them in, being polite and all that.
Oh, that was fine. The other. What was that?
Sorry. Hi, Balder. Hello, my sweet boy. Did you really have to come in here and slap my foot? One of my cats is very upset that I'm not giving him attention. Hello, sir? Excuse you. Rude.
Yeah, that's something you will notice if you go to Lane's streams. That sometimes is a sudden like sudden yelp.
I've got
Keeps you on your toes. Keeps you on your toes. Because her cats also just claw her toes. So
I've got 4 little fur babies, 2 cats, 2 dogs, and they definitely like to help with stream pretty often. Sometimes not for the better.
No,
like right now, sir, you were being very... Okay, come here. Thank you.
Meow.
That was really weird because he meowed right as you did that.
Mm-hmm.
Hello, sir. Thank you. He wants to make biscuits. Okay, there you go.
Biscuits, okay.
Do you know that term? I said this to a friend of mine from Europe recently, and they didn't know what I was talking about.
I'm assuming it's just kneading the dough kind of a thing.
Yeah, kneading the dough thing. Yeah. It was something that blew my mind because universally on like the internet, you see so many cat jokes and cat memes about them making biscuits that when I said it in a call with a couple of other European friends of mine, they all looked at me like I was crazy.
That's weird. Okay, I feel like I've heard it. What is friend's name? What is friend name? You mean Lane that is sitting here right now? Lane, little doll right next to me right now. Lane kindly lent her voice to voice Minutia. It was just like it's so funny with the whole thing of like, hey, this is going on, and before like even explain even more, it's like I got you, fam, and I got on recording. It's so funny, just so fast it goes.
Hey, sometimes when the inspiration hits and you just go.
Yeah, we have voice acting. Okay, so
sometimes.
yeah, I was just like, wait, we have voice acting for the character. Yeah, for sure. How they should maybe they should like suggest something that Minutia would say. We'll see. If you guys got anything.
If you feel like it's in line with the character, go ahead, and we'll see if we can like finalize what kind of voice we want to go for with her, because
I think you already nailed it pretty good though. We'll see.
It's when I did that first line about the library book, I didn't want her to be too devoid of emotion, but I didn't want her to be too warm.
Yeah, exactly. I thought it was pretty good.
She
I just played
nice
it. We got a recording, everybody. Let's listen to it. And it was just like,
yeah,
collective like lower register hoot, you know.
You sent me the message, and I immediately jumped into your chat, and I was like, all right, I'm listening. yoinked a comment from the chat and recorded it, and everyone was jump scared at how quickly it was done.
Outrageous. It's like yeah. That's the one.
It's fun.
It is really fun. I really like voice acting. I like how like learning more and more about it.
And I remember, I'm gonna put your chat. I'm gonna put your favorite owl on blast. Oh yeah, absolutely on the spot for a second.
I'm sad.
This little owl right here was so nervous about doing our Christmas Carol stream, and did so phenomenal. There were a bunch of professional VAs in that cast who were all like, Vil, you did wonderful. Vil, you did so wonderful. And listening to him sputter and get all flustered, it was really like, that's how you know someone cares about the craft, because they are nervous about the performance. They're not just going in super confident and ready. It's like, yeah, I know what I'm doing. We're gonna do awesome. Believe it. All stuff like that. You nice. Genuinely took all of the feedback, all of the tips and pointers. Like, you were so invested on doing it to a different level of par than you are familiar with. It was really, really heartwarming to see because of your dedication to it.
See, like that's been a thing for me for at least my craft's always been the art, right? But well, I could never really fully relate to people kind of being all like, oh my gosh, like they are here, like I'm like I don't have a chance or whatever, you know, and they kind of compare themselves to other people. In certain parts where I'm a bit more insecure and don't really have the same kind of passion or interest in, I can feel that way maybe, but always when I got to know people that were essentially better than me, quote unquote, I always saw an opportunity to learn and improve, you know. And when it comes to like voice acting, just kind of always been kind of playing around with it, just kind of for a fun little thing. Always kind of like had wanted to get into voice acting, but it's not really the kind of industry that is that big in Sweden, so that's not really a good way in. And I've obviously like, I don't know, convince myself that I know the right people and stuff like that, but it's still something that I've always really enjoyed, and the Plumies have seen more and more of that, more games I've been playing and voicing the characters. I really like to put I love the characters that I want to voice, and I kind of want to do them justice in the best way that I can, right? And being at a place where just like, yeah, you're just gonna go in the hi, so this was just the fun little thing we're gonna do. Oh, there's a lot of prominent people, pros here. Okay. But there's also just everyone was so open and kind and supportive that it was just such a I couldn't help but feel that it was just like, oh my gosh, this is great. This is such a lovely learning opportunity. Like start grabbing my notebook and kind of shadowing people like an intern, you know, almost like oh okay, this no, okay, yeah, see, that's cool, okay, interesting, yeah.
You were so receptive to all of the feedback. It wasn't like
it's
we were
lovely.
sitting there necessarily with an amateur, but someone who genuinely had the interest in the craft. And that's something that I think let you stand out and shine as well as you did in the roles
thank
that you
you.
had, because you put in the effort to learn and like not just listen to the feedback, but use the feedback. And even in the rehearsals beforehand, we would do runs and you'd ask questions about deliveries and things, and everyone was like, wait, you did fine. That exactly,
Okay,
like
cool.
what like Munshiro just said, that's how you learn.
Yeah. And from the performance per se, I'd only remember hearing my heartbeat in my ears. That's pretty much from my debut as well. People tend to be like, oh, but you didn't even seem nervous at the debut, because I just kind of, it was a calm
That's called
delivery.
adrenaline.
Exactly. So I remember watching back my debut with everybody. I really liked how it turned out. Of course, I've done so much like dry runs, so to say, just trying it out. That even though there was some scuff, I feel like it was still a good way to kind of move about and everything like that. But everyone, like my colleagues that I tell, like, I was dead nervous. They were kind of like, what, really? But I did walk it through with everybody, with like essentially we watched it with the behind the scenes commentary. And yeah, I just kind of pointed out here, I don't remember this part. I blacked out here because I was so stressed because there was some stuff happening, and I just kind of took my time. And luckily, because I'm not high energy and little like no room for silence, I was able to work it out. But I was holding my breath the whole time. Essentially here and there, you know, I was just pointing it out for everybody.
I mean, that shows, I don't want to say that shows how much of a professional you are, because like, obviously, yeah, you are a professional to an extent, like you are here.
Yeah, it was like,
yeah.
I get what you mean though.
But it's also, it shows how much you want to do the work that you're doing, how much you want to be presenting yourselves to your plumies and be like, hello, this is who I am. This is the work I'm doing. I'm going to lock in and then crash out afterwards, so they don't have to see the crash out.
Yeah, exactly. Then we can just like...
It's also, so like you mentioned earlier in the stream, how as a young little owl, you got a lot of your English from cartoons and video games.
That's true.
Being fascinated and enamored with voice work is that same principle. Like, it's so, once again, going universal. You see cartoons, you see video games, you see any sort of animated media with voiceover, and that sticks with you. And that makes you either, at least in my case, it made me want to do the same thing. Because the idea of bringing characters to life is such a fascinating thing. But it also...
It's so true.
But it also gives you that understanding of creation in itself. Like, you as an artist are familiar with that, because you can... Oh, see how you look at me with VA, I look at you with art. I cannot draw very well. I won't say I can't draw, because I can't.
Yeah, you do like outfit sketch,
well.
outfit sketches and stuff, right?
Yeah, I can do garment construction. I can do actual like garment design. But when it comes to people, Vil, I adore you, but I'm gonna look at you like you're stupid if you ask me to draw this.
Draw this?
Like if you ask, you go, Lane, go draw minutia. I'm gonna look at you like you're stupid.
What?
I'd be like, nope, this is not happening today.
Nope. Okay, not
Anyone
too.
you could also digitally draw, I am endlessly impressed by, because my brain struggles pretty bad with the disconnect of the physical to digital medium.
Yeah, I get that.
Of drawing.
I get that. Yeah.
Might be the boomer hag brain in me of the no, my pencil needs to be on the paper.
It's yeah, no, I get that. I've as just kind of as a pursuit of interest for me, right? It's just kind of something that found a way to do it, but it did not translate completely. The way I work on this now, because you know the concept of layers and everything like that, right? Yeah, I this is all like one layer. I don't even separate, because I just feel like if I do something wrong, I'll just paint over it and paint it correctly different, because it's kind of an analog approach to digital art, essentially, right? Hello, Joy.
I adore that.
Yeah, that's the best way that I could translate my analog art skills into digital, because otherwise I would just be struggling so much. But like I was saying before, this week I'm gonna try the upcoming week now. I'm gonna try something where I'm gonna go back to basics and kind of explore the fundamentals of, you know, kind of draw an anime phase, and then later on we're gonna look into other parts as well, because I do believe, like, I've been doing it my way, with my methods for so long that I kind of skip a lot of steps. And it kind of, while I still managed to get there in the end because of different methods to get to that, I do believe that I could get faster if I got it right from the get-go, you know? So instead of trying to skip steps, I'm going to go back and start looking at the steps one at a time, and then hopefully the plumies also can pick up a little bit of... I essentially want to show that this is how it's built up, and this is kind of the stuff that you kind of need to practice. And the people that are really good at this, kind of their brain skip ahead. They kind of see the steps before they even draw it, so to say. So they can skip ahead. But when we're starting off, we kind of need to do all the steps until we develop our own methods. So yeah.
See,
it's fun.
Hearing the passion on how you speak about it it's the same principle in how you hear me talk about voice acting, and
I believe it.
That's how you know people care about their craft, is when they can just go on a informational tangent and be like, all right, let me tell you about this thing that I'm really passionate about, but I'm going to break it down in a digestible manner that anyone can just pop in and listen. Ow! What
is something that kind of, how do you say that? In Sweden, you have the kind of metaphor of having a little token finally register, like it kind of got stuck in the little coin slot, and then it finally, you know, kind of registers. You finally get it, the little aha moment. What is on one of those, like, oh, that's how it works. Oh, kind of that you had with voice acting. Because for me, for instance, for me, I can let me go first so I can give an example. One of the most, like, people, I had seen it, I had people tell me, I had read it, and for me it was kind of when I finally realized that I don't have to do it the way that the textbook says, or that the you know, I don't have to follow the there's not a one correct way to do it. It's essentially what I've kind of narrowed down to an artist. The tool doesn't make the artist; the artist makes their own tool, so to say. So kind of something like that. If you had something that, even though you had heard it, seen it, read it, until like it actually registered, did you have something like that with voice work?
So I think the biggest aha moment for me when it comes to voice work specifically is when it's in a full, like, professional booth, not just like a small thing or you're sitting in front of your microphone.
Yeah.
And one thing that people like to think when it comes to voice acting is it's all about the voice. You need to remember you still have to act, and in a full booth setup, as long as you have like your directional with the microphone and the director's okay, you can physically move with your acting and really put yourself into it. Like, you need to overact. There was a section in time as a voice actor when I would voice things, and I wouldn't say I was necessarily stationary, but there wasn't a lot of movement to my like physical body as I was doing the voice work.
Yeah.
But then the moment I was like, let me try something, and I got more physical with it, and the tone and the flow of the voice of like the show that I was working on changed entirely. And the director was like, yes, keep doing that. And I was like, yeah, that was it. And that's when it clicked and stuck with me. It was like, there are, like you just said, how make your own tools.
Yeah.
Like, your body is one giant tool.
Yeah, that's cool. Channel the character.
I can't, obviously I cannot say what it was.
No.
But I'm trying to see, what was even the line? It was, I think it was something, it was something like,
Everyone following this way. Head to the right.
something about moving people in like a stanchion area thing. And I myself was very, but then the second I like cupped my hand around like the side of my chin, not to where it would like disrupt the audio, but like I was yelling outwards, and I raised my arm and waved it like I was waving people through the line, like, hello, keep moving, everybody. And you could hear the tone shift immediately. It was like, oh, wait, that actually is a lot smoother.
Yeah, I get that. I've had that with some of the voice packs that I've recorded and stuff. I think there's a free one where like I tried to tie everything together in a long like ongoing story. If you've been with me from the beginning, you can listen to a voice pack standalone, but if you have been there from the beginning, you can also kind of, you get a little extra over the fact that's maybe mentioning something or referencing something, right? So there's this kind of sometimes I've straight up asked editors to leave like sounds that I make in, because it's just genuine. Like if I'm embarrassed, I'll actually do like brush my hair, and you'll hear like my hand kind of rubbing my neck and stuff. It's like I didn't mean to do that, kind of a thing. So that's just like feels so much more genuine than just sitting there reading like, yes, I didn't mean to do that, when you really just play, like act the part as well.
I actually heavily agree with you. There's a video game I'm currently recording that there have been a couple of times when I've broken character and giggled through the line, and I was like, wait, but this still works for this character, can we keep that in?
Really? That's so funny.
Wait, I can pull up the script right now too. Hold on. I'm allowed to talk about this, so this is safe. I can talk about it. Is this it? Is this the script?
Yeah, please don't get in trouble. Oh no,
I'm safe on this regard.
Someone says, have you hit the microphone? Any tips on how far to move away from?
Many times. I've taken out a microphone with my necklace before, and I was like, So I stopped wearing jewelry in the booth. I was acting and moving so much that my necklace swung and like wrapped around the microphone, and I took it with me, and I was like,
What?
Oh, I was so embarrassed. And I never wore jewelry in the booth ever again. I was like, nope. If it has any chance to move, never again. How far to move away from it? I think it also depends on what you're voicing.
Yeah.
And what you're doing.
So too, from my own experience.
The director often will tell you if you need to move closer or further away from the microphone. If you're doing solo direction, one thing that I keep in mind is the size of the booth that you're recording in. So that gives you a better understanding of how far you might need to be from the mic. And whatever you're doing changes things. Like, say, I have a naturally vivacious and boisterous personality when it comes to, just streaming and being silly in general.
Mm-hmm.
But
maybe there's gonna be some times when I'm gonna voice something a little more emotional.
and it's gotta deliver just right. And you need to be closer to the microphone to make sure all like the little intricacies of your voice are delivered correctly. So one thing to keep in mind, if you are self-directing, always play back whatever you're listening to. Don't just like, you need to make sure that there's no peaking, listen for mouth clicks, listen for pops.
Yeah. Those are so tricky to get rid of.
Green apples.
Green
Bite
apples?
into a green apple and suck on it just a little bit. This sounds inappropriate, but I promise you, it's something about like, I don't remember exactly what the science was behind it off the top of my head, but it is a godsend for anyone who does voice work. It helps with like the dryness and like the wetness of your mouth, so that way you don't like pop or have like really weird like mouthy noises where you can hear the saliva in your mouth while you're talking.
Yeah.
It's something I will always recommend.
I need to figure something out, and I'm allergic to green apples. I used to love them as a little owlet. I used to love them. I ate so many of them when I was an owlet, but later it just kind of stings.
You can do the same thing with red apples. I just prefer green apples.
Oh, okay. It's all good then.
Yeah, apples are a good thing for it. I know there's a voice actor that I'm a big fan of, Peter Bramhill. He made a post about about voice acting in booth and having an apple, and everyone was just beside themselves trying to figure out what he was talking about. And he broke it down in a more layman's term, and everyone was like, "Wait, that's brilliant."
Nice.
The other woe as a voice actor, and this is going to attack Vil a little bit here. We like tea. Caffeine is not good for voice acting.
No, it's not good. It's not good. No black tea. When you're gonna do voice work.
Oh, I still do it.
Yeah, but you shouldn't.
Yeah, you shouldn't. It's one of those like, you know your voice best.
Yeah.
You just have to be very. You have to be very prepared to know what the difference is in your vocal tone on how you treat it.
Yeah.
It's like some people cannot have cold water at all if they're going into the booth.
Yeah.
Some people can only have cold water. It's, you know your voice best, and if your director makes a comment, then obviously the director comes first. They're the ones who are paying you for your job, so.
Yeah, exactly. I'm learning all this as I go. At one point, actually, from previous like kind of recording stuff that I'd done, I essentially almost lost my voice because I had the misconception of, just have some tea with honey, and then just kind of constant like was just black tea, a lot of it. That's how I learned. I guess I didn't lose my voice, but I just noticed that every day my voice just got worse. Vocal cords completely like dried out. I wasn't even streaming like every day, but it's just kind of just the use, and then just a lot of tea with honey. It's like, so I always say that like whenever like when it comes to that, it should just kind of be hot water with actual honey. It's like there's no actual tea leaves unless it's herbal, but even then you kind of, that might also mess up your voice depending on how your vocal cords react to it. I did take some vocal lessons, and sort of like a voice coach that taught me some stuff as well. So it's just been nice.
Yeah, it's really scary if you deal, even you as a streamer, even though you are not dedicatedly a voice actor, you still do a lot of things with your voice work, and a lot of people who go into it and go, wow, my throat hurts after talking for 3 hours. Well, did you warm up beforehand?
Exactly.
I'm just talking. But you're still using your voice.
You
should still do even if it's just lip trills. And one of my favorites is called the siren. Like,
the siren? With the trills?
So I'm not going to do it because it's really very loud.
Okay.
But it's. Have you ever watched The Nightmare Before Christmas?
Yes, I have.
So the cat like alarm on the car, that one.
Yeah.
So you do that, and you get progressively louder. So you're like, goo.
Oh, okay.
And it practices going out and inward with your tone and your volume to like stretch things without stretching it poorly. I don't think it's actually called a siren. I might be thinking of a different.
I think I know what you mean though, because I did the same kind of stuff when just warming up at like a voice coach or warm up as well. So like I haven't whenever I would do stream that has a lot of voice acting in it, I would do be meticulous about the warm-ups ahead of time, obviously.
It's so easy to damage your voice.
It is,
and
yeah.
so many people hurt themselves, and it breaks my heart every time. I'm like, can we not?
You
Can we
can. The thing
not?
is, like, you can also do the you can also do like a cooldown to help your voice as well after, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's just like if you're sprinting and then suddenly you go to full stop, your tendons just like, why did you do that? Same with your voice. Like if you're pushing it too much, then you can also kind of still do some exercises after to help it out.
Exactly. It's the same thing as like working out. Like physically, you need to have your pre-warm up and you need to have your post. Like you have to go back and forth between the two to make sure that you take care of yourself. It's the same principle. Your vocal cords are a part of your body. If you don't treat it well before and after, you can seriously damage it.
Talking English isn't too strenuous to me, but having to speak in Afrikaans, similar to Dutch German, for extended periods is hard. Any warm-ups for that type of language? I think it's just a general, like it's more for enunciating. That is the thing. Like
I think I have to agree with that.
Yeah, it is vocal use. It's not so much the language. I say as like we just switching between languages and stuff, right? But it's I guess if you do the full on like at least a 5 or 10 minute warm up that covers not only tones but also the how do you say, intonations, pronunciations, like the tip of the tongue is a good one. Then you should be good to go, really, because it's more about not surprising your vocal cords and suddenly having to do having to do a lot of sounds.
I'll agree and disagree on one thing that you said, that when it comes to language isn't necessarily as like principle here, because it does depend on the language.
Okay, yeah, that's very true.
Like for me, as someone who is native English speaker, whenever I have to switch to something that's a little more like nasal or like phlegmy, it is a much different thing. So like I cannot stand speaking French. I am not good at it. I've never been good at it. And it hurts anytime I have to do it, just because it is such a different type of like
then I wonder
vocal usage.
Right, okay. So then that would be what they're asking for, I guess, because Afrikaans is kind of like with Dutch has the similar kind of rolling R's that the French has, but also has a very phlegmy kind of pronunciation for G's. G's, like when you say anything like general is a general, you know, it's like very kind of back in the throat. So I wonder what kind of warm-ups would be good for that then.
Yeah, that's a good question. That's not something that's in my wheelhouse, because many moons ago, I used to be training to be a linguist and was a polyglot. Unfortunately, that is no longer. But most of the languages that I did know most of them weren't super phlegmy. Like I had Latin, which is fairly easy, Russian and Lithuanian, Japanese.
Let's see. So
I'm like brain farting.
I think one of the exercises that I learned was always the whole kind of when what do you call it, when you constrain your larynx or the muscles to it, essentially.
Yeah.
It's probably good for kind of phlegmy like languages. It's essentially when you kind of practice like so you don't like wait for the day, but you kind of do it across sometimes too. It's essentially when you kind of strain your throat, you keep a tone, and then you kind of essentially or kind of how do you, can you say, like almost like you put effort in so that you kind of close your larynx or like your is it your throat? I don't know how to say that. Essentially going
it's like a physical workout. You have to prepare your body for it beforehand. If it's not something that you know you'll be able to prepare beforehand, because sometimes you can just be talking and then something pops up. It's like, hey, can you speak this language for me right now? And I was like,
Yeah.
Can I? Yes. Is it gonna be an adventure? Also, yes.
Adventure. Yeah, that's interesting, really. I never really thought about it. Like, I always thought that the tone was a tone, but you can always like open your larynx, like you can constrain them, so it's so it sounds like, as in vocal frying on purpose, kinda. More so exercising the muscles that let you do it.
Essentially, the way that I
guess.
like to do it,
Yeah.
is essentially force yourself to gargle without anything in your throat. So
That's a
like,
good
you know,
one. That's a good
like you're brushing your teeth, you're gargling out the water and the toothpaste because you're being healthy and take care of your teeth, and then you gargle.
Yep.
It's the same principle, but try to do that without having like any liquid in there. So like,
yeah, that is definitely.
You move it.
Yeah, you move it.
Yeah, you
Nice.
gotta. It's similar to vocal fry, but not quite, because it is a little healthier. Because vocal fry is still really dangerous if you don't know how to do it correctly.
Yeah.
But this is really hard to think about, because it's not something that I've ever had to like encounter in any of my work, because I normally voice act in one of two languages.
Mm-hmm.
And both of them don't have that say, like, most of my voice acting is either in English or Japanese, and Japanese is very nasal.
Yeah.
But in the jobs that I've done, they like my warmer, less nasally tone, so I haven't had to think too much about it. But
Shifting up into a more nasally tone is still really easy because it's just a matter of
flexing your vocal palette.
Yeah.
Like, even when I was doing was going through Russian and we had to adjust the palettes, it's still a lot easier than going into something like French, for example, because it is so phlegmy and it is a lot more taxing on the throat. Man, now I'm really thinking about this.
No, it's quite
Science.
fascinating. We go multilingual here. I think it's really fun to think about. Yeah, just the whole structure of the larynx. How you can like even lower your larynx and stuff like that. I remember seeing like what was it, Dick? To lower your larynx is usually better for like classic singing, I guess. But if you that's essentially like, I remember the exercise that I got was like you were supposed to kind of do it like you're crying.
Yeah.
Like really go down and be good, just cry. You know, like
Cry
almost like
and,
you're
force a yawn.
Yeah, I almost yawned when I did that too. So
I know you made me yawn.
Maybe and yeah, the your like singing voice just completely changes by just lowering your larynx and stuff. You can hit other notes.
I think it also depends on the style that you're doing, because like if you're going for opera versus classical versus more jazz, like you just have to think about what kind of performance you are doing.
Yeah.
Because say you go to perform one thing and then the next song is a completely different style and you're not warmed up or ready for that specific thing, then it can hurt or risk damaging your vocal cords. And not to, yes, that is exactly why some people change octaves when changing their language.
I've been told that my Swedish sounds deeper. That could be it.
See, I've never heard you speak Swedish, so I don't know.
And now I'm deliberately not gonna lower my tone when I speak Swedish. När man pratar svenska, usually when I speak to friends and stuff like that, it would go lower, but now I'm just kind of casually speaking, so det låter lite vanligt så här istället. Ändrar ju vart tungan går i mun, men det låter lite mer så här.
No, it's actually still a little deeper.
There you go.
It's very faintly deeper because I think because it's your native language, correct?
Yeah.
So I think because it is your native language, you are more comfortable with it. It's more natural to you. It
could be.
slightly more in your natural register and tone because of its comfort. It's like a warm blanket. This is yours. It is your comfort. This is your special thing to you. So when you shift to a different language, the tone does shift. So even though it's very similar, there's a slight change. It was just ever so slightly deeper, mostly because you're compensating because you didn't want to go deeper on it.
Exactly. But for Dutch, I remember practicing to get because it's about tongue position in your mouth, right, where you have it essentially, because different languages use different kind of some is more the tip, others more in the back. For Dutch, I remember always saying 17, 19 in order to get into it, because it kind of touches on a lot of the different intonations. You're saying 17, 19, 19, 17, 19, 17, and then you're already okay, tongue is where it is. Ik heb het waar het gebruikt het. But it's still my sounds are still very not very not practiced, I guess. I really like Dutch because I really like Dutch because it's probably one of the few languages that I can, if anyone's just dictating for me and I need to write the stuff down, spelling it just, you spell it the way you hear it. It's such a consistent rules that certain sounds, certain phonetic sounds are just spelled in one way, which is very I appreciate it a lot as someone that knows a lot of languages, because it's not the whole thing of wonder if this K sound is spelled with a K or a QU or what is it,
I super understand that as someone living in Texas. I'm surrounded by Spanish on a very, very common basis. And so the rolled R and the trilling is a common thing, and being so surrounded by that and hearing it and being able to do it made other languages easier to learn, like Russian specifically, and a little bit of Latin, oddly enough. Being able to have that R trill and knowing certain words, like you just said, how you said that the 17 and 19, that make it easier to just slip into that language immediately. It's I think I super understand that because of where I'm located. It's whenever I have to do certain jobs, there are a couple of different words that I like to use, tipier.
What was it?
Tipier. So there was a song, which is the reason why I learned Russian forever ago. That
Russian, okay.
Tipier porshine kodaiti tilai nibet fit.
Nice.
And because I had the predisposition of Spanish being in this area, being where I'm located, it made it a lot easier for me to lock into it because of the base root behind the language. And so how you just said using those words to get into Dutch, I was oh wait, no, actually, now that you've said that, it super makes sense.
Yeah, I feel that was a good way to get into it, because otherwise it just, that's why you get the accents, right? When you're speaking, if I were to speak Dutch with a Swedish tongue, so to say, it would just be wrong.
I'm reminded of this TikToker I saw who speaks Japanese with a really thick Southern accent. She's watashi wa, and it kills me every time because you still understand them. Yeah. But it feels like blasphemy, and it's so silly because it's you can still understand her, and it's obviously not actually how she's speaking this, but it's funny to hear this more proper voice, this language with that thick Southern drawl, and
that's
you're
so
just
funny.
what do you even say to that? It's it will take the Neon Genesis Evangelion opening, Cruel Angel's Thesis, a song that most people know, Zankoku Tenshiro Zetsu, Zankoku no Tenshiro Zetsu, and then you put it to the Southern drawl, Zankoku no Tenshiro Zetsu. It's so bad. And so watching her content where she deliberately speaks it with the thickest southern accent in just the right way where you can still understand it fully in Japanese, but you're cringing the entire time.
That's so funny.
Oh god. Oh.
That's lovely.
Silly.
I love that. Yeah. I always like the southern accent actually because of how kind of roundabout it pronounces things. I always found it fascinating.
The bunny kimono girl. I know who you're talking about. No, I don't believe it's her.
Bunny kimono. The person that did it. Okay,
that's Jessica, right? That you're speaking about, Lunchito? Maybe I might be brain farting on the name, but I feel like I know who you're talking about. Usually wears a white wig.
I'm lost in this one. Yeah, it's such a good like. The one thing I don't particularly enjoy when it comes to language content is people that are very almost act elitist about the languages, the languages that people are trying to learn. Especially like Japanese. People are teaching Japanese language and then they go like they speak. They go out of their way to pronounce the English words correctly in their English tongue. And I feel like that's so no one's gonna understand you, because if you are speaking with a Japanese tongue, you pronounce the English words that way. They're not butchering your language. It's the incorporation of that in their language. That's just how it works. So like going out of your way to kind of start like pointing that out and correcting people, it feels so wrong to me.
I've dealt with this a few times before, and there was a job that I did once where I had to speak a few words. It wasn't even like the entire job. It was mostly in English, and there was like a sentence I had to say in another language. I don't even remember what language it was.
Okay.
And then someone else in the booth, not the director, was like, "You're pronouncing that wrong." And the director had to turn around and literally said, "Shut up. You're not the director here. This is how I need them to pronounce
Thank you, director."
this." And I was like, "Thank you, director, for protecting me."
Yeah, that's lovely. Man, that's so silly. Okay, John, thank you very much.
Get some good sleep, darling. Oh, darling? Oh, I got real sudden there.
Yeah, I heard it.
I said it and went, wait a minute.
Yep. I heard it. It's in the VOD. It's in the VOD. We got it. Someone clip it.
Like, my favorite part about my southern accent is I'm not actually from Texas in any capacity. I've just spent so much time here that it's shaped my voice a bit. But because of my tone, if you didn't know I lived in Texas, you would never know until every now and then that southern twang comes out and everyone's like, "Girl, where you from?" And I'm like, I live in Texas and there's no escaping it. It's really bad. It's really bad when I'm around like other like Southerners and I hear it come out in their accent and I'm like, "Oh, dang it. Now I got it."
Yeah, I know that one. It's just kind of like
You just did it too with the way you said yeah. It's
contagious.
It is.
It's contagious. Oh no. Please mute the stream,
Bill,
or it's Please
you're
mute the
now.
stream. Mute the stream. It's just gonna keep going. It has to stop here. It has to stop here. We can't have this anymore. That was weak.
Shiver me timbers and butter that. Oh. Well, bless your soul, sugar.
That's so funny. You hear that from like there's the like I said with my Swedish accent, as I have a really hard time differentiating between like ch and sh, like ch, and y and the kind of j and y. So that is a very it's a big tell that might not be as obvious, but as soon as that happens, you can usually hear from someone else. It's just kind of like, huh. Okay, I know where you're from.
Oh, absolutely. It's something also with like British English, and you can hear like their region depending on certain vowels.
That's very true. Yeah.
It was like there was a role that I had to try and learn a Scottish accent.
Ooh.
And when I tell you, it did not go very well.
Goodness, I'm not very good at accents, so I'm just impressed.
I kept getting this weird like Scottish Irish twang, and I could not find a middle ground. So the director kept making jokes and was like, "All right, so you sound Skyrish," and I was like,
"Skyrish." Skyrish.
Like half the line would sound very like thick Scottish, and other parts of it would sound like this twangy bastardized version of the language. And I'm like, I'm so sorry.
Hello, Nai. Welcome. Are you here? You're hearing Lane, who gave us the voice for Minutia right here. Minutia with all the
now. Do you have your
details.
library book ready?
It was. I think it actually was Nai that dropped that as like it's fun to think about who voices the characters. So thank you, Nai. I believe it was. Oh, if I got that wrong, I'm sorry.
I remember there were a bunch of people that day because I popped in when you sent me the message initially, and I was like, "Ooh."
Lumi's just hoot hoot hoot.
Wow.
Yeah,
I may
end
up having to step away momentarily because
that's quite all right.
The pain is starting to kick back in.
You take it easy. Lane, thank you so much for joining in and hanging out with us. Yeah.
Of course, I had a blast. You are always free to message me if you would like to yoink me for things, and if I am able to, I will say yes. If not, I'm probably melting because it's 37 degrees outside.
Goodness. That was just a couple of days. Yeehaw, yeehaw.
It's and that's pretty normal and low.
It's pretty
for
normal
us.
and mild.
Yeah, actually.
It's a mild, terrible heat.
I think last year we averaged anywhere from like 37 to 40 plus.
Yeah, man, but it's a dry heat.
No, it's not. No, it's not. It's super wet. It's super gross.
All right, Lane, take it easy. Thank you so much.
Bye, everybody. Plumies, you best take care of Vil, or you're gonna get scolded.
Says Minutia.
Mm-hmm. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. There we go. Welcome, everybody. Thank you everybody for hanging out still. Yeah. I learned so much from Lane on the topics. Super nice. Hope you had fun. I wanted to feature Lane a little bit more because yeah, I mean, obvious voice work, right? Super cool, super clean voice, everything. So just honestly, first impression, I didn't say this to Lane, maybe I should have. First impression of Lane was just like, wow, that is a very clean, clear voice. Very cool. So yeah, very lucky to have our voice our can hear you. Yeah, I believe so. I it sounds very much like me to just straight up say that. Straight up. It's like, this is my impression of you. Because it is, and like I do completely believe in that credit where it's due. Credit where it's due. Let people know that they've done a good job, or they just are impressive and formidable. And yes, despite it's so easy to be touched to tears, you are all that, Lane. Thank you very much. Now rest up and hope things go well. Wait, this is like pointing the wrong way. No, it's not. Okay, let's go. Compliments should be paid where due. Yeah, there you go. Yeah. I've also, ever since I think it's one of the few first streams I did after debut, I've been trying very hard to teach people to accept compliments, both in the sense that they deserve it and that they also kind of like the people that give them genuinely. So we kind of have tried to replace people's no yous with thank you, you too. For starters, you know. And then for the southern clan would just kind of be like, oh, stop, go on. No, don't actually stop. But yeah, that was great. That was fun. That was fun. A little spontaneous little voice chat. Hope no one felt like I wasn't paying attention to what you were saying. I also kind of wanted to give you guys the chance to ask anything within that, because you had a straight up an industry professional. I got some skirt references from Lane as well for this skirt for this character, so I think the details are falling into place pretty good. We just kind of need to probably work more on this one a little bit between the streams. But let's put some let's put some of the details here. I had tried to have a little bit of a zigzag cog wheels and stuff like that, cogs here, so we'll just kind of get the shapes in. It's all just gonna be wooden texture anyway, so let's just get a kind of something that works for wooden texture. I think I might kind of want to make this pattern pop out like this does. So we'll just kind of put the shading down and then kind of paint over it in a way. Ta-da, 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 ta-da. And then we go kind of like this. Kinda like that, not really though. Yeah, something more like that. I think I might actually want to do that on a separate layer so we can actually. We have different ways of handling this. One is either we use the correction methods that is available to us on this program by just kind of bending. Oh, it's actually okay. Wrong one. Kind of move it a little bit to the side for the shape of it all. Then we do the same thing on the other side, kind of just mirroring this. Gives it this kind of like mechanical feel over everything. And if we just give it a bit of a like use that darker brush strokes in order to just get the shading and shape down. Yeah, and in case you guys missed it, I saw there was someone saying like, "Are you okay, Lane?" You said, "Ouch!" As it's one of Lane's pets that just shows up and starts pawing and clawing for attention. I was saying before that if you do go check out one of Lane's streams, you'll notice that there are some spontaneous kind of yelps. Yeah. I kind of want to get some color in on this one, but some parts are still too early to, because like we're getting more detail in. The hair is a little bit more detailed, looks much nicer, but I kind of want to, for the next stream, to have some color in. And I was just thinking about it because it's gonna generally be like wooden, kind of light browns, mostly actually more like beige colors here, but the how do you say that, the dress I kind of want it to be dark, but you shouldn't just straight up have it dark gray if you're drawing anything. Usually you kind of have to consider environmental lighting and stuff like that as well, but since it's going to essentially be like an empty background on this character, then we can just decide what kind of environmental light we can work with. So I was going to put a little bit of purples, like a bit of a blues in there as a way to contrast a little bit of the kind of yellowy warm tone of the wood. That is the plan. So again, with an airbrush, first a little bit of blur, put a little blur in here, and just kind of smoothen everything out. You can get those mid-tones. I envision the tutorial streams next week to be a little bit more Bob Ross-like, I guess. I'm gonna pull a little bit of inspiration because that man is very inspiring to my own art as well. But I do wanna be able to explain things a little bit when it comes to the art studies. I think it's important to be able to explain things well. Because I mean, I literally know an art teacher, right? So ultimately I could ask them for tips, but this is just gonna be my observations. I'm not by any means like a legitimate art teacher, and I am self-taught as well, so that just kind of adds to the whole there's gonna be a disclaimer involved, the fact that I am in fact self-taught, and these are kind of a lot of based on my own observations. Wait, no, this is going the wrong way. Because right now in the current space of art, there are so many content creators that are teaching art, but I see a lot of the tips also being very kind of incomplete, baseless, if that makes sense. When they kind of teach certain kind of rendering techniques, then it's just kind of like, you do it because that's just what you do, you just do it. And I feel like that doesn't really give you the kind of knowledge that you might want for your art. I personally believe more in learning the full extent of it. Oh, okay, this is a good example. In the workplace situations and everything like that as well, there's always a kind of these habits that people want to teach you their ways, or you have to learn from someone, like as an intern or as something as you're just learning the stuff. People are very quick to dismiss the actual full-on foundation and theory of what you are doing, and they might, this is not across the board of course, but people might have a tendency of skipping ahead and teaching you with their own shortcuts incorporated, right? And that's what I was saying. That's one of the issues that I have, is that I skip too many steps because of my own habits and kind of what I've learned and what I know and what works for me. But just because it works for me doesn't mean it works for everybody. So it's kind of a bit like, I prefer to kind of teach and mention things in a way that I'd rather tell you, so okay, so this is how it's supposed to work, this is how it works, and this is what I do. And some of these steps I might skip, but I still want to teach you the steps so that you decide whether or not it's the step that you need to ensure that everything works well, goes well, Because if I were to teach you the way I've been doing it, like drawing a face, I would kind of essentially be like, okay, so you kind of just generally indicate where everything goes, and if you don't know how it goes, just go practice it a bit, kind of just build your own experience with it, and then you kind of just generally draw it and don't worry about it. When you put it into digital, you can fix it later. It's just kind of like, that is not really a strong foundation to learn, because you're learning that you're gonna have to fix things after you've done them, right? But the I've also seen people and art tutors that just use like boxes and really calculate everything to the utmost detail. So it also kind of feels like you're doing a lot of physics and calculations before actually getting to the drawing bit, which is a really good if you're planning something big and complex. That is a really good way of kind of, you know, making sure that it's going to end up well. But when you're teaching, you kind of also need to find a little bit of a balance of you know, letting people try it alongside the theory behind it, because then you kind of mix both of it. Then you kind of get people that learn by doing, and you get learned by you know, reading about it or teach or hearing about it, right? So you get a little bit of both, because then you can then it becomes like a practical example on top of also teaching the theory behind it. It may take longer to teach people that way, but I fully believe it that way. That is the best route to go about it. You have to do it like that because that's how it is mentality. Yeah, it's in sense, I believe Squeegee has a video about that, of why art teachers tend to not like certain styles and things. I watched it the other day. Squeegee, as an art teacher, has a lot of insights to tell because of, you know, to an extent that is also like, that's almost prominent because of the curriculum that might be taught, right? There, to one extent, your own stylistic interpretations are not welcome, because that is really not what you're studying, you know. I had that mainly. I also felt that my art teacher hated my art, but to an extent, when I kind of look back on myself, I just insisted on doing things my way when we were maybe specifically studying a specific technique, right? So it's just that you don't feel like you should be getting restricted, because it's supposed to be art. It's supposed to be this kind of, you know, expressive medium, and you're not being allowed to express yourself. But sometimes a part of the theory is learning specifics, because there are lessons to be learned. Yeah. But because of that, I feel like it is important to like, I hope I'm able to do it right. We'll see. Next week's a little bit of a trial run, but I want to be able to provide some of the theory behind it, and the means, and then kind of let you make the most of it too. I feel like the best lecturers and seminar masters, so to say, that have learned from are usually people that say, okay, so whether it be writing, drawing, any other practical things, they go like, okay, so what I'm going to teach you today is something that might be a bit controversial to what you have been taught, but this is for you to incorporate and assimilate into what you currently have, and not kind of like essentially add on top of what you already have, not relearn, but you know, apply to what you know. I made the experience that sometimes when people teach you the shortcuts, you ask them a full base, it's like they don't even know. No, because it skipped so many steps. They learned from someone and they never bothered asking. I'm the annoying owl that will just ask you for specifics, you know. I'm the like in language, I will ask you for literal translation, not adapted translation, because that helps me understand how the grammar works, stuff like that, you know. Yeah, there are teachers as well. Like usually, like you have art teachers that go into the craft for love for teaching and art, and there are I guess the people that I kind of had to settle for that. and you can kind of tell sometimes when you talk to, because I've talked to other art teachers as well, and when you kind of, if you've somehow managed to have done commissions and work within something that you like, the tone changes so fast. So yeah, I'm not gonna be like assuming a lot about people. It can be viewed on personal. It can be such a different circumstance for everybody. It's not really right to be treating everyone across the table the same way. But yeah, that's my also my experiences. But yeah, I almost failed art, so there was partly also the whole thing of like, that wasn't just because I wasn't, because I did do things in a certain way. I did paint Van Gogh. I did do studies of Van Gogh and what was the other one? Let's see. I did them pretty good as well. So when it came to actually getting the grades on this stuff, but there was something else about just kind of me going about liking to kind of draw more than paint, kind of a thing. Edvard Munch as well. Did some paint studies from both Gogh and Munch. So yeah. No, because of that art teacher, I also kind of ended up. That's how I got into playing instruments instead. That's why I played the drums for a little bit. Because of, instead of having the extracurricular of art, I chose music. Because of that one art teacher did not pursue any kind of art education. Which is, I think, is for the best, because generally that whole area, they play the drum, yeah, a little bit, school-wise, school band kind of a thing. Because art, no, it was just wasn't a thing. Impressionism, nice. Yeah, the wrong, in my opinion, the kind of strange approach to it when you're teaching is always the whole like that you're somehow expected to love everything the teacher loves too. You know, they're very into the stuff they love. But yeah, it's important to be careful in speaking with absolute truths, because there's no such thing. Rock drummer Bill, I love you. Very basic stuff. But it helped me with my own, like, when making, dabbling in music as well. It just didn't stick to something that I wanted to pursue. Just curiosity. Art history. Nesu. Never been a fan of getting years and facts crammed in of what year stuff happened, but I do like history of, like, you know, kind of retroactively learning about things. Yeah, it absolutely did not hurt you. No, I just kept doing the thing that, like, I discovered the digital arts, and little owlet me, like, collecting allowance to buy a tablet and stuff like that. And finally got it, and yeah, rest is Hoot story, I guess. I like how do you say that? Like I use that term for snow, like the lip, like I like voluntary snow, not involuntary snow. The kind of like when you have to get up in the morning and get to the commute and there's a lot of snow and kind of melted and ice everywhere. Meanwhile, if you are on a holiday and you kind of just want to go, you know, sledding and stuff like that, then the snow is amazing. Or go for a walk in a frozen forest. After getting some really nasty Siberian chills in Sweden, I remember it was so beautiful to see that icicles were frozen sideways on the trees. So there was a layer of ice on a lot of trees. So walking the usual route that I would, everything was very sparkly and everything was so cold because we're talking like -20, -25. So the humidity that would have been in the air was just kind of essentially like suspended little dewdrops. Not really dewdrops, that's quite big, but just little particles in the air that kind of brush against your face and stuff. That was beautiful, really. But yeah, voice work is something, be it hobby, be it professional, somehow always ends up like, not always, it's a very natural progression going into this kind of line of work, and this is where it took me and to you guys. I am, as I always say, just an avid amateur when it comes to voice work, but I do really enjoy it a lot, and it means a lot when Lane says that. It just kind of shows as well, because I want to respect it. I respect everyone that does the craft, you know, and I want to learn more. There's always that kind of difference of, not really level difference, but there's a bit of a difference in the whole, you know, there's the, how do you say that? I think even Squeegee said so, that if you are, you know, if you're designing characters and you're a character designer, essentially you set out to do the thing, is all you need to do to really call yourself a certain thing. But when it comes to like professional or going from hobbyist level to professional level things, that's always like this kind of really inspirational kind of presence from other people that do it, you know. I think a lot of people might worry that if they were to turn their hobbies into work, that they would lose the passion for it. I had that fear as well, which is kind of the that's the narrative I had when I would tell myself that you know it's not worth pursuing and stuff like that. But honestly, having done some work, hello Mariah, by the way, sorry I didn't say hello before. It absolutely does not leave you. Like I could be working doing art and for most of the day, and then afterwards I would still want to start a new canvas and draw a thing for myself. But yeah, it just always depends where you get your motivation and your pull from, because it's just if you approach, you have to change your mindset. The mindset is the difference, right? If you approach your professional work the same way you approach your kind of it's almost like you set expectations for yourself, right? If you got like this kind of mindset that, okay, this is professional work, I need to really lock in and do good, do well, then your mindset switches is to a specific so that you can kind of focus on it and see it as work. But then afterwards, you can still play with it. I've told many that you guys have heard it too, that if it were for a commission, now funny enough, I did a commission on stream, but it's even so, if I were to be working on it myself, my mindset and everything is completely different. I'm so distracted right now that it doesn't really let me get into the zone. Like, I don't think once during stream have I really been in the zone where things just flow. I'm both flows and stops at the same time, and progress just happens. You just like let music carry you, because I'm streaming, I'm live. You guys are here for the stream, for the live. Like, I just want to you know, be there for you guys, talk to you guys. Meanwhile, those times when same song loops for the 100th time and I am forgetting to drink because I'm just so in, like, completely locked into what I'm doing. It looks different, you know, it looks different. It works different. You get the when you're doing things on a like, I wouldn't say professional level, but with a professional mindset, I guess. When you're in that, and when I say a professional mindset, I mean that you have switched your mindset in to think this is work, this will pay the bills, this is work. When you put that mindset on, not like professionalism mindset, because then people might take the next bit of what I'm going to say as kind of like, what do you mean, like I'm not taking it serious? No, it's more like when you actually think that this is work. It has to work, it has to be done, it needs to be done, and whether I like it or not, it needs to be done, right? When you get into that mindset and you kind of apply your methods to get the job done, that is a completely different mindset to be working under. And I can understand why people will be all like, when people would be all like, yeah, art block is not a thing, it doesn't exist, because they are the kind of people that only work within art, you know. They like, I remember one of the artists I looked up to going into digital art. I understood when I saw them on stage at one point. Like, it was recorded at a con, but I saw like a video of them. They just went through the motions. They weren't the kind of show person. Like, if a streamer artist goes on stage and does and draws something, that they make it a show, they make it kind of like they're talking to people, they're kind of just like commenting on what they're doing and stuff like that. But that artist they've been so long into the industry, Japanese artists, that they just kind of went through the motions when they did an illustration, and that kind of just, that one like clip or something, that video really kind of really brought home the point that yes, this is an artist that does 100 to 200 illustrations every day for work. And no wonder they're good, because whether they have to either learning by doing, because their job demands it. They need to be able to perform. So regardless of whether they feel like it or not, they need to have this kind of flip a switch and just work, just do it. The little gray zone in that is always when you take commissions and start kind of offering your art that you have kind of built up and presented as your style, because that is more personal, and that's kind of a little bit more of a kind of blurs the lines and boundaries between what, you know, you would maybe do as a clocking in and getting work done versus what you would do for fun, you know? Power of immersion. Is that what it would call it when you kind of really get into something? Probably. Music really fuels it. I'm almost there. I see the character in front of me. That's also like, I think even Squeegee also said that. I'm bringing up Squeegee a lot because of the art teacher nature and their own insight to the whole kind of industry that is art education. I have pretty vivid imagination. Like the level of visualization is pretty high, for better or worse, because gosh, my nightmares are terrible. Like I could also kind of, when I see the characters, almost like I can smell their perfume, they can like, or whatever, or their drink that they're drinking, you know, kind of the draft of the room. It's almost, it goes to that level of kind of visualization. Well, I lost my third thought, but let's see, that it had to do with the using you have nightmares. There no daydreams could do that. Look, I'm an owl, but I go to sleep at night, okay? Also, what do you mean daydreams can't be nightmares? You never had a daymare? You never just jolted? Hi, Dango. Oh, okay. I see what you mean. Not to the when I was saying like time stops, essentially. Yeah. Not since I met you. Oh. This guy. Can you believe this guy? Nice new outfit, Tango. You look amazing. Very femme fatale. Thank you. You got it. Thank you for that one. Thank you. I already told everybody we got like a joint member stream coming up. It's gonna be fun. So people can get hyped for that one. For those that don't know, we're gonna be doing a member stream. Ambrose and I, we're gonna be playing Fast Penguin together. More so, you guys get to like we're gonna be like alchemists and coin artists. We're gonna go sledding. We're gonna be Fast Penguin. So it's gonna be both communities, the same game, you know. Many hoots. Hoot hoot. Komiyama Ambrose Doko Hiyata. But yeah, it's a free game. It is available on pretty much everything but mobile right now, and yeah, you're welcome to join on Friday. You do need to be a member of the channels though. Aside from subscribing, there's also the join button, which is a monthly membership, monthly subscription, paid subscription. But you get the little emotes, and you get the exclusive streams. Fast coin chemists, yeah. We'll see who the fastest is. Okay, I should be wrapping up. I've gone into a bit of a tangent talking about the whole like kind of work mindset that is usually needed for art, but it worked out pretty good for me as well. Like I any kind of assignments and art commissions and stuff like that, right? I approach differently. Although lately I've mostly been doing my art as I've mostly been doing my art on stream, so it's kind of really also one of the reasons why I want to go back and do some fundamentals is the fact that this kind of street art performance as almost like a kind of like it like pull the likeness to is kind of carrying over to every art that I do, and while I still get it done, I just kind of rather refresh myself in the basics. But yeah, we got another drawn together coming up the week after. Hopefully we can make it happen with Daiconologist, with also another smooth talking voice, and we will be doing a nice little drawn together, and you guys can ask some questions. And I love talking to people that are really you know, love what they do, so to say. It was really interesting hearing Lane out. Daikon, yeah, I'm gonna draw with Daikon. But that's not next week, it's the week after. Okay, I'ma leave it here. Looks cool. Thank you very much, Inaki. We got some good details happening here, so we can just color in. That's fine. We don't need to do any more detailed work. Need to fix this sleeve. This seam here doesn't. I don't like it. I don't like the how I'm implying these sleeves. So that's fine. We'll fix it later. I'd rather it be a little bit more chaotic, honestly. You know, kind of like lots of folds and kind of sharp turns in the fabric, you know. But we're gonna. I feel like I've been redrawing this sleeve quite a lot of times now, so we'll see if I can settle for something. But yeah, we're getting there. We're gonna get some color in as well and start getting the details in. It shouldn't take that much longer, honestly. But yeah, we'll see. Recently finished a scarf a couple of weeks ago. Finished an ambitious embroidery project. It was a hand-drawn flower bouquet. Wow! Embroidery. That's so cool. I love it. It's so beautiful to see on textile. The drawing on textile. Sounds really nice. Okay. Let's just leave this at here then. So we got the wooden hand done in a much better pose. I'm gonna fix this the cane. The biggest challenge after this would be wait, what is this? Interesting. Why would this... Oh, that's the name. Okay, nice. It's basically the skirt. We're gonna have to work with the skirt, get all of this, the cogs done. Not sure what the easiest way would be. I think the easiest way would just straight up be to draw one and then change the shapes of it to kind of just speed up the process a little bit. I might just go with maybe this one, the second one, so that it shrinks easier, and because if I do the small one and then scale it up, it's not gonna look that good. So if we just do the middle one and then kind of copy it multiple times, that should be plenty for the effect. And then just kind of figure out the length of everything. Because if you look at the concept, the feet are sticking out a little bit more underneath than you see here. So we got some stuff to do. Okay. Well, we got some nice detail defined here. And I think I'll just you can just take a screenshot. And post that. Okay, all good. Right though. Hutsu, everybody. Hutsu. That was fun. That was nice. A little chatting session. Gotten a lot of compliments on it. I bet. Sounds absolutely beautiful. It does. Yeah. The link to the challenge is pinned in chat right now if you're interested in joining. Basically you just find something in your house and then you make a character out of it. I just for fun I said today bonus credit, extra credits if you find something very mundane and boring, because I've saw a lot of people be all like, I don't have anything interesting. Like, well, you put the interest in the object, right? But ultimately the points don't mean much. We're gonna get you featured anyway, so good luck. I hope everyone that's been doing the challenge has had fun. And yeah, the feature stream is on July 27th, so be sure to get your pictures posted to the listed social media, being TikTok, Twitter, and Blue Sky. Right, so okay, yeah, let's leave it at that for today then. Let me show you if I have it ready to share. I think I do. Yeah, the schedule, of course, schedule owl. There we go. Schedule for the week. I'm using the good old what was it? Vilhelm Vanderbos illustration here, because it's it is very on point for Wednesday. So yeah, Monday date everything. Wednesday art study. We're gonna do it's gonna be Vil's study. We're studying shape and structure of anime faces featuring Uma Musume. We're gonna have some examples from some of the characters from there. Thursday I'm gonna be Vilhelm Vanderbos on handcam, doing Sherlock's camera, which was gifted from Throne by I would say the community, but it was I believe was specifically Flo that gave it. So we're gonna be fun trying to solve that one. On Friday, Fast Penguin. I'm gonna change this description a little bit, and it says so it says like it's a double member stream. And on Sunday we're gonna go back to Minutia. Maybe if I get some time, I'll get a little bit of progress done on the site as well, so we can get that all ready. I have some plans for this, for the character, but in order to be able to get those done, I need to take some time to fix it too. I got something in my eye. I'll get rid of it. No. Okay, for now we say bye-bye, I suppose. See you tomorrow for some more date everything. All right, all good. Thanks for today, everybody. It was really fun. Bye-bye. Bye-bye-bye. Bye-bye-bye-bye-bye-bye-bye-bye-bye-bye-bye-bye-bye. Bye. Stay lovely, Bloomies. I'll see you again real soon. Tomorrow. Bye. And good afternoon.